Sometimes after I've been traveling and I've been eating all the fancy foods, I just want to get home and I just want to make something simple, such as a lemon chicken with herbs, something just effortless. For the chicken, I actually brine my chicken. You don't have to do this, it's just a step that I do. I think it makes it juicier and it gives it a better flavor all the way through. And you can do that by just whisking together some salt, some sugar, some water, and leaving the chicken in there for 2 hours. We know that one of the enemies of getting something crispy is moisture. So the first thing we're gonna do is, I always put some foil on a tray. That way, cleanup is easy. If you just put it straight on your rim baking sheet, it has a tendency to stick. So I'm just gonna place some oil down on the bottom of the tray. The chicken, I wanna make sure it's dry. So I'm just gonna take some paper towel and I'm just gonna dry the chicken. And I'm just gonna place it down. I'm placing it skin side down because I want to season these both sides and I want some oregano on the inside of that chicken. I tell you what, since I've got these new teeth, the F's don't fly out as good. I know you like these new teeth, don't you? But my old way, back when I had my English teeth, they would come out so lovely, but now it's floddle. We're gonna season these with some oregano, I guess you call it in America. We call it oregano in Europe, and then black pepper. If you don't brine these, just add some salt to it. I don't want to add any more than what's already on it. And I'm being rather generous with the pepper. You can notice I'm being quite liberal with that pepper. I'm happy days on that side. I'm going to turn over the thigh and just snuggle it in. Just snuggle it in like this so it gets a nice presentation. As the chicken cooks, it's going to be really flavorful. So now we just want to season the outside. I've got my oven on 425 Fahrenheit. And then as soon as I go over, what I'm going to do is turn it on to broil. And it's about 8 inches away from the broiling heat coils, or if it's a flame you've got. What we're looking for is that initial heat of the oven is going to start roasting the chicken, and then we're going to broil this, and it takes about 20 minutes. So this is going to go into the oven, let this broil for about 20 minutes. We're looking for really crispy skin that's just shattering, and then once it's half cooked, I think what I'll do is I'll pop this in the oven. Let's come back and I'll show you how to make this dressing. The chicken's broiling lovely. Let's mince some garlic. When we're mincing, we just give it a jolly good bashing. So using the side, bash it. This is a good time to take all your aggression out. And then we're just gonna do a nice run through. If you're just starting out cooking, one of the things you could do is just place your hand on the top of the knife. That way it's out the way for when you're mincing, because the last thing you wanna do is cut your hand. So now we've got the garlic pretty much minced. So I'm going to be using about 2 cups of fresh lemon juice. If you like lime, you could use 50% lemon and 50% lime. If you like grapefruit, you could use that. I'm going to squeeze the lemon to make it to about 2 cups of fresh lemon juice. And I love this recipe because it's so bright when you have it. Just the brightness is fabulous. Friends always ask me for this recipe. I'm going to add a little bit of that oregano to it. Some red pepper flake, depending on how spicy you like it, small amount of red pepper flake, and then some smoked paprika. This adds a wonderful smokiness to it, and then some white balsamic vinegar, about a tablespoon just to cut it. If you haven't got balsamic vinegar, you could use red wine vinegar, you could use white wine vinegar or champagne vinegar, and then we're going to mix this together. And there you have the dressing for the chicken. Oh, sorry, by Jove, extra virgin olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil is going to give this that fruitiness. Now we have the dressing, and this you can store this in a bottle and use it. We'll use about half of this dressing for the chicken today. Talking about the chicken, let me go and check on it and I'll bring it back in a second. Happy days. The broiler does a really good job of charring the chicken. Just take a look how it's beautifully charred. Now what I want to do is concentrate that flavor more. Just give this a whisking in case the oil and the juice is separated. What we're going to do is pour some of this dressing over the chicken. I promise it'll still be crispy afterwards. This dressing is going to cause a steaming process and it'll take all of that flavor. That fond at the bottom of the tray, all those brown bits, they are packed with flavor. We want to get them off for our sauce. I'm going to put this back into the oven and let this cook on broil. With this, we want to just keep our eye on it. We want to turn it every minute for about 5 minutes. And we want to make sure with the thermometer, we use that to make sure the chicken's cooked. So back to the oven it'll go. When it comes out, it's going to have this fabulous color, that real good char, like a char what you would get off a charcoal grill. So what we're going to do is just place this to one side. See the corner here? I'm going to tip this into the pan. I'm going to cook down these juices slightly. The sauce is ready. Now we're going to add the chicken back to the pan. And I like to just serve this in the actual pan. If you wanted to, you could actually use chicken breasts for this recipe as well. To finish this off, what I like to do is just take some freshly diced tomato and add that to the pan as well. And it really, as you get towards the bottom, you'll notice that the chicken's almost like a bruschetta. So we're gonna take some fresh basil leaves and we're just gonna tear the basil leaves around. Feel free at home, you could use some parsley, you could use some tarragon. It's all about you getting creative. The last thing we need for this one is a little bit of pepper. I hope you like this recipe. If you do like the recipe, please subscribe. If you think it's 2 thumbs up, please, whatever, like I guess it's called, and please share it with friends. Remember, we're all about positivity, kindness, and happiness, and we're pretty damn honest on this show. So until next time, I'm John Ashton. Always remember, it's not what happens to you, it's how you deal with it, and it's better to feel positive than negative. See you soon.